cried. I mean, like I don't know anything about these people or their D&D campaign, but I literally cried my cried my balls out. Oh my god. I was gonna say bawled my eyes out, then cried my eyes out, but I said cried my balls out. How's it going, YouTube? My name is LBNinja7, your resident Mistweaver monk, and guys, Season 2 is started, and I have started the Mythic Plus push, and this is just one of the steps in my journey. So this is my first real run at Altheris, and it's a plus 17, so it's still not at the plus 20 level, but, you know, you gotta start somewhere. But so you guys probably noticed, we are on the first pack, and I don't have Feline Stomp, I don't have Zen Pulse, and a couple of the other, you know, core abilities. And I just now noticed too, you see me there, I was like contemplating, do I run out and change? But I noticed we have a Warlock, so I'm like, I could change at any time, just find a down period. But yeah, I loaded in with my raid my raid loadout, and I just knew that I just had to get through this part without using Chi-Ji. If I use Chi-Ji, then it won't let me swap talents. Really, this season so far, there hasn't been any dungeons that are too difficult. I think since I'm pretty comfortable with the healing, some of the dungeons that are being talked about as being very difficult to heal, I'm doing okay on so far. I'm excited to get them to the plus 20 level. But for the most part, I'm not having too much trouble with any of these dungeons. Now, you'll see here, I'm like, okay, summon me, I gotta go change talents, you know, I'm just small brain, roll right into the wall. And yeah, so here, we're walking out, I'll skip in just a second. It'll skip the whole transition, but it all started because I didn't notice that I had, or I didn't have Zen Pulse. See there, it just cut. So yeah, I went to cast Zen Pulse on my tank, nothing happened. I was like, wait a second, where's Feline Stomp? But I figured it's probably just better in the long run if we go ahead and go swap now, since we're at the start of the dungeon. And so far I've wasted my group's time, but they, you know, this pack's not scary at all. It's just this dude, and he's not much of a threat. Well, I mean, he has little minions, but they're also not much of a threat, so the group basically took 0 damage to that pool. So here I am, I'm just like, I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to pump, let's go. But like, I'm just not thinking about what I'm doing. And if you'll watch my Ancient Teachings buff, here I actually let it run out like an idiot. So, yeah, so here it is, it's about to wind down. You know, we're keeping up with the healing. But then the ticks keep coming, and I go for like the blackout kick, tiger palm cycle, and I'm like, why didn't that heal? Oh, my Ancient Teachings, I wasn't really paying attention, and then boom, we die. So already my mindset is, oh my god, first off, I'm playing Mistweaver. Second off, I wasted these guys' time. And third off, I just died to nothing. I mean, that is like a nothing pack, and we almost wiped because of me. So my mind is like, okay, I gotta like get it together. Really just focus the healing. Like, I'm trying to do too much, like trying to do healing, like set up these little damage ramps, and just focus on the healing. Keep these people alive, and they will do the damage. I mean, right now, Shadow Priests especially are so strong. I mean, look at that guy's damage. He does so much damage. It's just, all you have to do is just get through the dungeon. And even on a class like Mistweaver, where you want to do as much damage as possible, it's still just more worth it to sit back a little bit, play a little slower, a little bit more patient, and use your mana and get people healed. And you'll see me do that on the bosses. Because in this dungeon, the hard part is not the trash. The trash is actually really easy. There's a couple dudes that do some damage. But no, like, there's no one cast that'll wipe your group, from what I've seen. The main issues are these tanks. They can one-shot you for sure. Those lava waves can one-shot you. The charge can one-shot you. I mean, there's like a lot of damage in these bosses, especially the later ones. But the trash is not too difficult. So you'll see me just making sure, trying to get us up to 100% health. I am just making sure I'm pressing all my healing buttons. Not healing super efficiently. Almost dodged, or almost got hit by that. Barely was able to dodge it, but Yeah, like I was saying, I'm not using Ancient Teachings too well here. I'm still trying to get into the swing of things. I still have my raid mindset on, which, by the way, in raid, I started out using the Yulon build for practice, and then once I felt like I had it down, I was like, okay, might as well get some good healing parses in where I actually do some healing, and tried out Fistweaving, and the parses looked a lot better, but still, I mean, I'm so excited to get the Yulon build going. And one shame, I'll go ahead and talk about it here on the video, is we actually got the Mistweaver trinket, or the Clash trinket drop for our raid, the very rare one. And it's the one that gives you intellect when you summon Yulon, which, as you know, is like so good this tier for Mistweaver, because it, we play around Yulon, we want that intellect, and we actually, the raid decided, after we rolled, they let us roll, I won the roll, and then they decided to give it to the Demonology Warlock player, which is frustrating, but I mean, what can you do? You got to be a team player. You're raiding with the guild. So yeah, this guy, he could have just released. I mean, we're literally at the start of the dungeon, and we're walking to the other side of the start door. So he just wasted my time. So I'm already gonna come to this next pack late, and yeah, I couldn't tell you why I fell that way. I saw the rib cage, and I was like, let's jump on that. Usually you can drop down there, take that little ramp to the left down, and like take 0 damage. So we are coming into this little pack very behind. Let's see how we can heal people up. As I walk to it, I'm essence wanting, just because it's something you can cast on the move, and from afar. But I apply my renewing mist, get some channel heals off, and then we just start spinning crane kicking. Because it's a big AoE pack of a lot of small adds, it's just gonna be a lot more healing if you spinning crane kick. But this corridor here that you're coming up on, I wanted to make sure I had as much mana as possible, because depending on your tank, this could feel like a gauntlet. I mean, none of these packs are like super threatening, but it's just that there's a lot of them back to back, and if you're taking chain pulls, it's just nice to have a little bit more mana to fall back on before you come into this room. But also a good part about this room is that you usually pull about like 3 to 4 mobs at a time, 3 to 5 maybe, and that's a really good range for our Ancient Teachings, getting maximum blackout kick cleaving value. So I'm touch of death in that guy, because I'm like, let's keep moving, let's drag this guy down to the next pack, let's start pulling. But we're just playing it safe. I think one mentality that people have on week 1 of Mythic Plus is that you have to do the most optimal route. You have to go as fast as possible, and you'll see this a lot when you try to push like lower level plus 20s, like basically people's first plus 20 key. They'll try to mimic the pros, and they'll try to do these big pools and like all these super technical strats where you have to, soothe one guy, and then right once that soothe breaks, go pull another guy and soothe him, and like just like risky things, and it fails the key like 9 times out of 10. When if you literally just did the same route that you do on a plus 15 that you do on a plus 20, you'll probably time the plus 20, and that's one thing that I've noticed from my years of playing. Is I remember the first plus 20 I tried to do was, I think it was the other side, or it was one of the first plus 20s, and I was doing it with a few guildies who took it very seriously and watched like many guides the night before about what route we were going to do, and it was very technical, and we failed the first the first technical little skip that they had planned. We failed it because they like didn't know how to do it, or there was like one like very technical trick that you couldn't really see with your eyes, the pro player use. So it's just like, but if we would have just pulled, like the other side was pretty easy to time, so anyways, sorry, that was just a tangent and a half right there. But yeah, so we're coming up on this boss. This boss does a lot of damage, and I still think I have a lot to learn with his mechanics, but I'll try to relay my thought process and like what I think is the most optimal way to heal and to deal with his mechanics. But it does get a little chaotic, like I said. or I think I said at the beginning of this video, I am still a little under geared for this content. I would say I'm about like 220, 422 I think during this video. So plus 17 is a little difficult. So basically, I am trying to stay on this guy's butt because I know he has a frontal and then like a charge, and as long as I'm smelling his cheeks, like I am good. So right there, I saw him turn, so I started to panic a little, and then I stayed on his butt. Right here, I'm standing on my Fey line, but staying very clear from behind him. He throws his chains. Now you break his chains, it does big damage, but if you break all of his chains, I'm pretty sure that's what stuns him. Now we did lose the priest because the priest was targeted by his leap, and I think they didn't get out of it or didn't move in time and just got clapped. But he'll start to do this thing where he kind of like death walks. Like if you watch like a death knight kind of do that march where they just like walk forward and spin their sword. He kind of does that, and he'll move forward and it just does big, massive pulses of damage. But you can stun him by breaking his chains for that. So that is what we do. And at least that's how I understand the mechanic. I'm sure there's more technical explanation, or maybe I have it just completely wrong, and you guys can let me know down below. But that is what I'm thinking. I am just really prioritizing healing, though. You'll see me drop back. I'll use Shayloon's gift. Even though I'm running Shao's lesson, I'll use Shayloon's gift very liberally here. I life cocoon myself just to make sure I don't die, because if I die, the pool is over, basically. Then we have to wipe. Here, he completely bugs out. I could not tell you what happened here, but he just stands here and lets us pound into him. Very easy for me, just get to heal everyone up, so there's not much else commentary I can say here. He is literally just bugged. So, pretty cool stuff. We got kind of lucky there. I mean, I say lucky, but we don't know, you know, hindsight's 2020. We don't know if we would have died there, but yeah, our group's kind of like, hey, I'll take it. Pretty cool stuff. But we're gonna get our mana back. This corridor is just like this last one. It's pretty easy. Got like similar trash, and that's one good thing about this dungeon is all the trash is pretty similar. It's kind of the same few guys, kind of repeated. Nothing like completely out of left field in the middle of the dungeon, which is very nice. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. Season 2. I haven't had as much time to play it. My work schedule is just unreal right now. For those of you who are new to this channel and want to hear a rant, I have a pretty toxic work environment, admittedly. So this is my escape, playing this game. It puts my mind at ease. I get to just hang out with people and meet new people, and then make YouTube videos. And that has been how I've met the most people. You guys, I have the coolest viewers, like straight up, I have the coolest viewers. I've met a couple of you guys, I've talked to a couple of you in Discord, and it's been so much fun. So if you want to be a part of that, I'll have a link to my Discord community down below. It's not like the most active thing, so don't think that there's going to be like a lot of people talking at all times. But you know, it's just a cool way for me to connect to you guys and talk to you directly, and you guys can ask questions. I have questions being asked all the time. Yeah, that's been my favorite part probably of making YouTube, is it's just a good way for me to kind of escape the stresses of the real world. And yeah, and speaking of that, kind of like a different side of the same coin is I am getting very close. I mean, I still have a long way to go, but I'm getting close to the point where I could probably do YouTube full time. Now, I'm talking to my wife about it, and I'm really trying to you know, plead a case for her, or for her to let me, I guess. And you know, us both, we're pretty responsible people, I would say. So we still do know that there's like a financial burden, I guess, to doing YouTube. But you know, I have the passion. I definitely have the passion for YouTube and for World of Warcraft and Mistweaver and just healing. And then there's a drive that's needed, and I have the drive. I mean, there is nothing more that I want to be doing than this. So, and you guys, y'all are making it possible. I mean, every single day I'll check my comments and go respond to any comments, and then check my subscriber count just to see how many more people have joined, and then I'm just like blown away every single day. You guys are amazing, and I mean I can't express it in words how much I'm thankful for each and every single one of you, even those of you that are not subscribed and just watch my videos. I mean, I really appreciate it. I don't know why you're not subscribed. I mean, it's free to do so, but I really do appreciate it. Anyways, enough of the soppy stuff. I'm sure you guys get enough of that. Oh, my power just went out, but I still hear the video, and I'm leaving this in. This is all going to be one take, but I literally can't see anything. Oh, okay, we're back. But yeah, these packs, that last pack and this pack, they're really fun for Mistweaver, and I feel like in 4 to 5 weeks and those like higher keys, these are going to be pretty fun because they don't do like insane amounts of damage. So it's nothing that your spinning crane kick can't heal, which those packs are the best. Like anything that spinning crane kick can do is just a good time. Now this dude, he's kind of like a mini boss. He does some good damage. So you do have to just make sure you're pressing some healing buttons. Like right here, I have my Shayloon's gift. I have all my buttons, but I know that I will want to try to hold on to as many as possible. You always want to be as sparing as possible. So like here I'm debating, do I use anything? I was debating Life Cocoon, but I went with Shayloon's gift anyways. Try to kill this guy a little faster. We get that damage. I think it's the damage and healing buff. So, but yeah, nothing like insane. As long as people don't stand in those swirlies, like the mage did stand in a swirly, and that's why they got chunked down. But these guys are not too difficult, so Ancient Teachings can kind of do the heavy lifting, as long as you're willing to commit a miniature cooldown, like one of your either 1 minute Chi-Ji or Shayloon's gift to that, then you won't have trouble. Also, for those of you that are listening right now and have not skipped to the end, or you know, haven't dropped off in the beginning, here is one tip for you. A great piece of advice that I can offer you in Mythic Plus for the first few weeks of trying out these dungeons is drop Shao's lesson. We do not want to be pushing damage. We want to be getting used to mechanics and damage timers and go Veil of Pride. It is just so much better these first couple of weeks because we want to have more buttons more often, like more panic buttons, more AoE heals as often as possible, and Veil of Pride is great for that. So there's a quick little tip for you guys. Even though, like, admittedly Shao's lesson has the higher upside, I mean, like, we can use it for damage, for instance, like I did just there, but it's just safer to go Veil of Pride, honestly. So highly recommend trying it out. This mage is just getting clapped. He's kind of working against me there, but yeah, like I said, I'm not healing like super efficiently. I'm trying to be as safe as possible, so I'm not going like all out. I'm using things like Essence Font, which just aren't optimal. I couldn't tell you why. I really could not tell you why I used it there. Yeah, so this boss, I'll be honest, I didn't know if there's going to be any changes for Mythic Plus, so I didn't do any reading beforehand. But from what I knew about this boss, he's not too difficult. I know he does a lot of damage and he has like a lot of one-shot potential, but I do know he's one that you can play pretty cleanly and not have any issues with. Spoiler alert, we do not play it cleanly. This is going to be a fun little watch for you guys, but yeah, this group was really chill. I mean, first off, just putting up with me at the beginning, like making them wait for me and then dying right off the bat. You guys are probably aware, but most of the toxic players play these first couple of weeks, and then they're just so toxic that they get frustrated and move to a different game. And usually the last couple weeks of a tier are where it's just chill people trying to hang out and play some games and get some more gear. Those are the ones left behind after a couple weeks, but these first few weeks you will find a lot more toxic people, in my experience. So for me to find a group that's chill, I mean, they're talking to each other, they're all really nice, no one's like calling out each other. It's just a good time. It really is just a good time. It's a great time to play WoW. I'm sure you guys are seeing that. Mistweaver feels really good, especially in raid, especially once we get our tier set. So that's nice for us, but just in general, Dragonflight has been great. Um, I am a huge fan, Season 2 especially. They're really listening. They're trying to make every playstyle viable, or not every playstyle, but every spec. Yeah, so here he does that thing where he starts hammering his anvil and he starts pounding away at us. But we get some big heals out. We get a Shayling's Gift. We thought Chi-Chi probably did not need Chi-Chi. Actually, definitely did not need Chi-Chi. But just to be safe, I like to be on the safer side of these engagements. We still have Revival for a panic button, and we will have a Shayling's Gift eventually. So it's just nice to use. I'd rather use it than lose it. So here we get the overlap of the big swirlies and the hammer mechanic. There, we played that clean, we dodged them. You'll notice I'll cocoon myself more often on these like prog dungeons. It's just because as a healer, your role is so important that if you die, everyone else likely will die unless you get a very quick no-res, especially on these bosses, because no one else can do what you do. So you'd rather save yourself and be left with 2 DPS than save a DPS and you die. Now, there we play the mechanic clean again, but spoiler alert, it's coming. I definitely mess up the mechanic and don't draw my little mental lines right. So we do good healing. We use a lot of mana there because we channel Soothing Mist, Vivify. So right here, I'm just trying to get some mana back. Blackout, get Tiger Palms, but we start to fall behind on the healing here. I should have already had Chi-Chi rolling. People die. And then here's this mechanic. I'm like, I need mana, I need to heal, but it's just, we're too low. But you guys probably have made the connection. We're still gonna be fine in this dungeon. The boss is low, and our tank just chads his way through. And we joke in the chat like tactical deaths, like we died so that we could respawn at the beginning, and yeah. So all in all, not too bad. At least we made it through the first couple of big ramps. That was all my play, by the way. I just did not play optimally. Like I said, I should have had Chi-Chi rolling there at the end. We probably could have saved a few people or just done more healing, and then just better mana management would have been good. Just to note, if I had my 2-piece, I do think we survived there because I would have had a lot more mana. I do think so. That's just the strength of our 2-piece. There's a little example of it. We were completely it was poor mana management there, so it was our fault, but just having the 2-piece would have been nice. Now this pack does a shocking amount of damage, and it's all that Phoenix. So shout out to these guys, because these guys were on top of it. They knew what was the threat in each pack, and they really did have good target prioritization. So you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk. These voiceovers, I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys in the past. You guys used to say, you know, fill in the dead space, talk more. We don't want to watch you do 1 pack with no talking and then talk for the next pack and then do 2 packs no talking. And so I'm really giving it a shot. I'm trying to, you know, have stuff to say. So if you like this, let me know down below. If you kind of wish that I was, you know, I'd just shut up a little bit, and let me know too. But you guys can always mute me. But I do appreciate you guys watching and all of your feedback. You guys have really shaped this channel into what it is today, and all of the growth that it looks like I've had as a creator has come from you guys. I mean, I got one comment just saying, hey, look into your recording settings, your audio is a little messed up. And so I looked into it and I fixed it, and it's gotten a lot better. And then same with my video. I mean, one guy was like, hey, I think your recording setting might be messed up. Your videos are a little blurry. And I looked into it, and now look at the quality. It's a lot better. So you guys have really, really shaped this channel, and I do appreciate it. I can literally make a whole video about how much I appreciate you guys. So maybe I should just stop. Maybe it's a little too sappy, but that's just, I guess that's a little look into the inside of who I am. I am a pretty sappy person. Okay, literally right like 5 minutes before recording this video, I watched a TikTok of a guy it was a D&D campaign, and his character died, and he was just saying his last words to the other people in the D&D campaign, and I cried. I mean, like, I don't know anything about these people or their D&D campaign, but I literally cried cried my balls out. Oh my god. I was gonna say bawled my eyes out, then cried my eyes out, but I said cried my balls out. Oh god, that's a good one. Oh god. You know, the sad thing is, this is at the end of the video, and no one's gonna hear that, or no one's gonna have heard that, but god, that was good. Cried my balls out. Oh, I gotta write that one down. Anyways, so yeah, we're coming up on this last boss now. From when I first leveled my character, from 60 to 70, I do remember this boss being a pain. Now, I don't remember it being too difficult in the PTR, but I honestly did not test Naltheris a lot, honestly, because I thought that I was a little better at it from just having done these dungeons recently, and I kind of know the mechanics. So, I don't know, this guy does kind of catch me off guard a little. He does a lot of damage, and I did remember that, but it was because at the time I was not doing the mechanics right. How I'm pretty sure this works, and how I was told this works, is you have to pick up his little treasures all around. You'll see those little sparkling piles, and when he applies the shield buff to himself, you have to activate his treasure, or like throw it to break his shield, basically is how I think of it. There's probably like a more technical way to describe it, but that's kind of how I envision it, is you have to throw it, break his shield. See there, he stops his massive channel damage, and he gets stunned for a bit. So, and if you do that correctly, if you do it quick enough, the boss really doesn't hurt that much. Now, he does also have all these curses, and they were talking about how to deal with the curses, when to decurse and stuff, and but that is beyond me, honestly. If I were to play it like a druid, I would know more about that mechanic, but for now I'm doing my part, the healer part, which is to have an item, use it when he gets a shield. Here I use it way too late. I was in my Chi-Ji and got a little greedy, and it did not break his shield, but we eventually do, and we walk out of that with just one death, which is, we probably deserved more people dying, but yeah, we get the strength of B-reses right there. Yeah, for the most part, this guy, not too difficult. I noticed that I am channeled, or I am being targeted by the fire ads, so I'm like, oh, let's just loop around and make it kind of walk into itself. That was a horrible idea. I got into melee range of it, and it clocked me, and I die. But here's the big damage mechanic. I'm like, oh no, here we go. We're gonna wipe. Watch our Warlock's health. He is at like 5% health, and he is able to get a soul stone off on me. I mean, like, unreal stuff. Great plays from this guy. Shout out to him. So I get revived. I immediately just start healing. I'm like, get everyone topped up. If I die again, I die. But as long as they have enough health to finish the boss. And you guys see, we still have 4 minutes left in this plus 17. We are totally fine. We could even wipe and probably still pull the boss and be fine. But yeah, we knock over this boss. That's the key. We timed it. It was a little sloppy at parts, but this is this is very successful for a week 1 key. But guys, my name has been LB Ninja 7. I hope that you guys enjoyed the commentary style. Just let me know everything down below if you liked it, if you want to see something different, what you want to see. I have plenty of raid content coming at you guys. We are close to getting AOTC and close to killing the first boss of Mythic, so stay tuned for that. But guys, I really appreciate you clicking subscribe and clicking like and all that sellout stuff and commenting, and I appreciate you watching this far, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.